Understanding land titles is critical to helping your clients make informed decisions. Whether you are new to the industry or have years of experience, having a clear grasp of land titles can prevent costly mistakes. A land title is an official record that proves ownership of a property. In Manitoba, the Torrens system guarantees the accuracy of the title through a government-backed assurance fund for the vast majority of privately owned land. This means that what is shown on the title can be relied upon by buyers, lenders, and other interested parties, with some notable exceptions, such as unregistered easements, roads, or reservations contained in the original grant from the Crown, such as mines and minerals. TerraNet Manitoba is the service provider for the Government of Manitoba and manages administration of land titles for the province. Use TerraNet Manitoba's online title search system to access the current version of a property's title by entering the property's title number. The title number may be found on the notice of registration for the property, an older copy of the title, or a property tax bill. If you have a TerraNet Manitoba account, you are also able to search for property titles by the name of the individual or business that owns the property, or by legal description. However, individuals who have requested that their name be protected due to personal safety risks, paper titles, or land held under a deed will not appear in such a search. Once you have accessed the current title, first review the owner's name. If you are representing the seller, ensure the name on the title matches the name on the seller's government-issued ID, or that they have valid documentation giving them authority to sell the property on behalf of the owner. If you are representing the buyer, you should also look to ensure that the seller is the registered owner, or obtain a reasonable explanation from the listing registrant, such as a builder who has an agreement with the developer to transfer title directly to the ultimate purchaser. Remember, if the owner of a residential property has a spouse or common law partner who is not listed on the title, the provisions of the Homesteads Act may apply. Next, look for any registered interests or encumbrances like mortgages, liens, caveats, or restrictive covenants. When you are representing a buyer, identifying title encumbrances early helps you flag potential problems for your client, provides the opportunity to consult a legal expert if needed, and supports effective negotiation of the terms of the offer to purchase. While some encumbrances, like mortgages, may be discharged prior to the title being transferred to a new owner, any encumbrances that will continue to affect the property after closing should be addressed in the offer to purchase. Remember, the offer to purchase typically only provides a promise from the seller that the property complies with any restrictions, but that does not mean those restrictions affect the buyer's intended use. If your client has questions about how a restriction may affect their use of the property, they should speak to their lawyer. Rarely, you may encounter land that was never registered under the Real Property Act, such as undeveloped areas of northern Manitoba or farmland that has been in a family for generations and was never mortgaged or subdivided. In that case, you should advise your seller client to speak to their lawyer about filing the appropriate application to register the land under the Real Property Act as part of the transaction. In the case of an estate, the person representing the estate should also speak to their lawyer about submitting the appropriate application form. If you are representing the buyer, consider making the issuance of a title a condition of the offer. If your client believes that there is an error or omission on their title, advise them to speak to their lawyer immediately. There is a process for making corrections to land titles, but it must be handled by a practicing Manitoba lawyer. For more information about land titles in Manitoba or to review training materials related to TerraNet Manitoba's online services, please see the links in the description below.